When does the public safety exception apply to Miranda rights? Imagine a situation where law enforcement officers are faced with an urgent threat to public safety and need to act swiftly. In such moments, they might question a suspect without first reading the Miranda rights, which include the right to remain silent and the right to an attorney. But when exactly is this approach justified? The public safety exception to the Miranda rights allows police officers to ask questions or conduct limited inquiries without providing the suspect with the standard warnings if there is an immediate concern for public safety. This exception is rooted in the principle that protecting the community can take precedence over strict adherence to Miranda procedures in critical moments. For the exception to apply, several conditions must be met. First, the officer must have a reasonable belief that there is an immediate threat to public safety. This could involve situations such as a suspect being believed to possess a weapon or dangerous contraband that could harm others. Second, the questions asked must be directly related to the threat at hand. For example, officers might ask where a weapon is hidden or if a suspect has any dangerous items on their person. It is important to note that the scope of questioning under this exception is limited. Once the immediate threat is addressed or the danger has been mitigated, law enforcement must then provide the Miranda warnings before continuing any custodial interrogation. The courts have clarified that the public safety exception is not a license to bypass Miranda rights altogether, but rather a narrow exception designed for urgent situations. This exception has been upheld in numerous legal cases, emphasizing that the primary goal is to protect the public while respecting individual rights once the immediate danger has passed. It is a balancing act that recognizes the importance of swift action in emergencies without undermining the constitutional protections afforded to individuals suspected of crimes. In summary, the public safety exception applies when law enforcement officers need to question a suspect without Miranda warnings because there is an immediate threat to public safety, and the questions are directly related to addressing that threat. Once the danger is contained, Miranda rights must be read before further interrogation.